Hi, my name is Unremarkable Player. I just wanted to show a few things that I found with the A side on the current build of the Santorini Playtest map. I found that with the change to the A tunnel underpass where this connector used to come through here, and there earlier in the build there never used to be this wall here. It used to be this wall used to come out a little bit further, and it used to be this one large open area. But since it has been changed, it's now a boost spot through this window. If you want to get through the window, there's a ladder here, and the only real way is through this doorway here. Now, one of the things that I found that is a bit of an issue here is when you're moving through here to snipe, you do get a view of people on the bomb site. So you could have someone here watching behind a box watching the ramp. You could also have someone on that angle as well. One of the problems is that if you're watching from here, you are more than likely going to see anyone before they come or before they see you. So if I just place a terrorist right here to show you. If I come up around this corner, so that person there with their gun, you'd see them pretty much now. But if I'm up here behind this box watching that angle, you can see that that player would have to completely expose themselves around this corner before they've ever even seen here. The only way they could come around this corner is if they totally smoke that part off. The same can be said for this angle right here. If you're watching here, you could watch this angle right here. They would never even see you first. You just shoot them. Like they would fully expose themselves to even see you here. Crouched, you don't have to crouch because you're not going to get spotted. So you can pretty much watch this angle safely. You are exposed to this angle here. But I suppose as long as you've got someone watching from here, just holding this angle, or even back here, just holding this angle, and your third person pretty much in window with a rifle just watching here, or even an orb, you're not really going to have any issues holding this side at all. Even here, this is another spot where if they drop down you could watch for the boost, or you could just pretty much shoot anyone's head as they come through. I mean, you're going to fully expose yourself, and it's going to be a pretty easy shot on the ramp, but it's still a considerable advantage, I think, for defending the site, because you're going to have to check here all along the edges. By the time you get to see them, I mean, you've got to check all along there, and there's at least 2 or 3 spots to check. You got to check ramp. I mean, you're checking here, right? So that spot place there isn't exactly how you'd be exposed, but anyone up here is going to be able to see you. If they're sitting behind this ledge, they won't see you. However, if they're sitting on the ledge, they'll see you. They'll see the gun poking through, so they'll get a shot off pretty much straight away as soon as you poke your head around a corner. And they might even just pre-fire you through this wall, because it is a little bit spammable. As you can see, it is a little bit spammable. You can certainly shoot through that wall. So I think, like, attacking from A ramps now that this section's been changed, I think is going to be very, very difficult, because the door, as it slides up, it makes a pretty audible noise, which you can hear from the entire site. And basically your entrance here is check here, and pretty much as soon as the door slides up, you're going to get shot. There really isn't any chance. I mean, it's not like office sliding door here. You can. I mean, it's kind of like you can hide here, but anyone decent enough is going to kill you. I think this boost is kind of irrelevant. Takes away from the fact that you had to do a team boost to get up here, which I think was a good thing for team gameplay. But I guess the concern was that there wasn't any real rotation opportunity except to go lowers for tourists to go from either to B to A. You could go from A to B, you could jump over that ledge, which as long as you have mid control you could come up here. As soon as you come up here, you got this window to launch out of, and you got this ledge over here. And I think the removal of ladder down here was very good. Because yeah, if you're a terrorist, you can get a good spawn, and if you're able to get up that ladder and smoke off the entrance that the CTs couldn't see, you could pretty much just 5-man straight off the ladder and get mid control and B control pretty quickly. Just flashing and stuff out the top and the banging, just all lemmings out the ladder, and that's it. That's pretty much how that would play out. I still think that this could do with some balancing. Like that window could go. This should. I liked it how it was as a pathway. I thought that was quite nice actually. My main concern is this window over here, and the roller can play in a game, because you can watch this angle with it. You can watch this angle with it. Anyone boosting there is just going to get slaughtered. Pretty much any. I would play this position with a rifle, with an AWP, or just a scoped rifle of any kind, and play those up close positions with a M4 or an AK. Personally, I think that this rotation should be cut off, and I think that access to mid should actually be from here. So this wall is completely closed off along here, so that the only way you can get the window is if you get mid control. And I think that these jump boxes should be removed, just so that the rotation here doesn't become absolutely insane. Because you can team boost obviously through here, but one of the things that I was looking at, and I was able to time myself doing it, was being able to rotate from a holding position here. I'll just time myself to get to the window down there first.
Push, push, push.
Right, so that's about 7 seconds to get to that window, right? Just gonna try this one. That's 5 seconds to that window. I'll just wait for it to count down again. That's about 8 to 9 seconds to go from window to window, depending on how fast you can move. You can probably move a bit faster if you're bunny hopping, and reduce that down to about 7 seconds. But I think because this position allows you an out, you could certainly smoke off the window, retreat back that way to window, and you can just jump over these boxes and hold a position here while this smoke is still going. I think that this window was just too overpowered, because you can hold this line here. Shoot anyone trying to boost up from the box, you can pretty much kill anyone who comes out of a ladder. You can, with a rifle, you can just stop a rush right there. Just bang. It's a bit like It's pretty much the same as Dust Ramp, really, where you can just absolutely slaughter them as they're coming up if you're any good, or when they're rushing out of big tunnels. If you're holding crate, or if you're holding one of the boxes in sight, or even the car, not the car, the truck where the fence is. Just call it fence position. I suppose the best way to balance out this point of the map would be to extend the coverage out to roughly here, kind of like a canopy. I think that's the best way, out until this box here, or add more cover here so that you have to sort of come maybe a little bit more direct through to there, otherwise you're going to get picked off from back here. If I'm playing this map, I would definitely have someone playing this position here. Yeah, just this position right here. Don't need an ult for that position because it's close, especially if they come around in that spot there, or if they do a window boost, which means they'll come from here. I suppose that's the only counter is the window boost, but even then that's not really countering because you could see into the window, which is fine until you're standing roughly here. Let's have a look. Yeah, that terrace is about right. And as you can see, you'd be pretty much exposed.
Nice kill. Negative.
I'm sure that as the map gets more detailed, there'll be more cover put in. But I think some of the areas at the current format are heavily biased towards the CT team and could be balanced a bit better.